I am the son of a pastor. I believe that it is important to understand my being raised as a Christian, but even more so as a pastor's son. This will help to understand the ways that Jewish 368 has affected me and where I've come to be after taking Jewish 368. However, I grew up in a unique circumstance compared to other pastors' children I know. My parents always encouraged me to experience new things and, more importantly, do so with an open mind. Like any person, throughout my life my faith has known its struggles. But throughout those struggles, I always find that I am Christian by nature. Through my parents' encouragement to experience new things, I understand that Christianity is not the path for everyone, and I accept that as an axiom. When I came to college, I had no idea what I wanted to study, but I did know that I eventually wanted to attend seminary. One thing I never realized was that my understanding of being a Christian was limited except through experience. One fateful day, I stumbled upon an introductory course for Hebrew studies. I thought, these are people I share a holy text with, but know nothing about. If you told me that moment I would end up being a Jewish studies major, I would have thought you were crazy. During that course, learning of the rich history and intricacies of the Hebrew language enthralled me. The Hebrew language is so wonderfully expressive and well thought out. For example, most of the names in the Hebrew Bible offer insight into the character and their story just because of the root words and combinations of letters they use. I have also found that the Jewish people are all a part of a tight-knit community that goes far beyond their place of worship, and I think that is a truly unique characteristic of their community. As far as Jewish 368, it could play another pivotal role in my journey. Jewish 368 seemed interesting and satisfied an upper-level credit. It was perfect. At the beginning of this class, there was no way I could anticipate what I would take away from the course. Not only was I affected greatly by the sheer horror of the Holocaust, but also the ways people responded to it, especially Christians. My interest really was taken by any reading that concerned Jewish and Christian relations. I found that Christians often write very beautiful things concerning how Christians should respect Jews and acknowledge the legacy of their religion. Take Nostra Aetate, for example. This document changed the way that the Christian church viewed the Jewish people and Judaism. It is great to see the clergy writing these documents, but it never seems to make it to the congregation, and after all, they are the church. It drove me nearly insane. I would scour Christian church websites to find any hint of interfaith dialogue, but was never satisfied with what I found, and often felt that if it were present at all, it seemed to be an offhanded comment just thrown into the mix for good measure. There was a lack of a tone of genuine belief in these pieces that I found, unlike what we read in class. Somewhere from the scholars and theologians, there is a missing link to the people of the church. Where Jewish 368 has left me is longing for better Jewish and Christian relations. There is still an evident rift between the two. I, being Christian, can honestly only speak for Christian attempts to span the gap between Judaism and Christianity. These attempts, I believe, often leave something to be desired. At this point, instead of abandoning my faith, I feel a willingness to bring awareness to the issue and work within my church and amongst my peers to help close the gap between Judaism and Christianity.